See, all impressions, whatever the karmic impressions, they are being worked out with the simple process of life itself. This is called as Prarabdha. Prarabdha means the allotted karma for the lifetime. There is something called as sanchita, which is the warehouse of karma. But for this lifetime, something is allotted, this is called as Prarabdha. So, if you put you on fast forward, we also have to secure your life in certain ways, because if the Prarabdha gets over, the life within you thinks its term is over, so it will try to leave. So we will have to put certain anchors in the system so that even if the Prarabdha gets over fast, the life will not think that it's over. So when we put you on fast forward, if you are lots of misery, you will see you will go through enormous misery. Very fast, very intense. Never in your life you have known that kind of suffering. It'll go like that. Because your suffering was coming in small doses every day. Now it's all in big doses. Let us say 1 year of misery happens in 1 day. It's going to be a lot of stuff to handle, isn't it? But you're saving 363 days and then see what to do. Because as long as these little things are coming every day, it is not allowing you to progress, it will not allowing you to look forward, it keeps you looking down here on a daily basis. You finish it all in a short span of time, then it's so much easier to aspire for something bigger. So even if that has to happen, that if one has to go through this intensity, he needs a supportive atmosphere. Without a supportive atmosphere, if it happens somewhere else, he may get totally, paranoid that something is going wrong with his life. Nothing is going wrong, it's just that things are happening faster. According to one's karmic structure, according to how one has built himself into, what kind of trap he's built himself into, accordingly, the solution has to be different too. So what is hardcore spirituality? Hardcore spirituality is a place where there's no teaching. Nobody's telling you how to be, how not to be, all this. It's fundamentally handling the life in you, not your mind, not your emotion, not your body, just handling the life energies and taking them in a certain direction. Because ultimately, if spiritual process is to happen within this lifespan, within this life, if you really have to reach your limits, one way is intense devotion, where you throw away your life completely, nothing matters. All those mad people, you've heard Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Mirabai, these are all utterly mad people, I want you to know this. Today you worship them, it's easy. People who lived with them, they had a horrible time because their devotion is such, they're absolutely insane people, they have no sense of the world around them. So that is one way. But if you go that way, you have to be in protected atmospheres in today's world, otherwise, if a Mirabai or a Ramakrishna Paramahamsa appears in United States, you will immediately hand him over to your psychiatrist. They are insane people, they need protected atmospheres. So for that also, you need an ashram, a hardcore place where insane people can go about normal. And another thing is, if you want to do the gnana or the intellectual path, then you need lots of sadhana to sharpen your intellect, to make your intellect like a razor blade, that nothing sticks to it, but it can cut through everything. If this has to happen, we need lots of sadhana. For that also we need a certain space where they are left untouched by other people, otherwise it won't be possible. If we want to do kriya, if we want to raise people's energies to the highest pitch and get them across, then also it needs very severe sadhana, which will need a place. So if something beyond has to happen to you and you want to achieve things in this life, then if new dimensions enter your life and you don't know how to handle it, you'll be in lots of trouble. To learn something, you can learn from a book. You don't need a guru to learn. Guru is there to demolish those things that you yourself can never demolish. so that the limited is destroyed, so something beyond happens to you. Unless there is somebody there who will temper these things and allow these things to happen in certain ways as it's suitable for you, then you won't progress. You'll keep 1 foot forward, and if something happens, you'll take 10 steps backward. So, spirituality, hardcore spirituality means managing all these things. So creating a space where everything is on fast forward, and when everything happens fast, life will happen in a little different way than the way you understand. You don't have to work out everything. Once your prarabdha is handled, there is a certain space. It gives you certain room to look at life from a completely different way. So now you need not necessarily work it out because the whole thing is so imaginary. It doesn't exist really. It is only an imprint, it is not a reality. But within you it's going on like a reality. So once you work out the prarabdha, it gives you sufficient space to look at life, to perceive life, to know life in a completely different dimension. So, if you give yourself this much space, you will have the clarity to see that the whole thing is illusory. When you're able to see this whole karmic influence is so illusory, you can just drop it with certain realization. You don't have to work out all that. If you try to work out your sanchita, it's a long process, very long process, because the accumulation is so huge, so very huge. You don't try to work out those things. You see how to just dissolve it right there, in one stroke. It's only prarabdha that you're trying to work out because it's already there in allotment. What's in the storehouse, you don't try to work that out. You try to just burn the store. You don't even make an attempt to see what is the content, because once you open it, it may engulf you. You just handle the prarabdha, it gives you a clear space, then dispose of the warehouse, wholesale. You don't try to see the content of that and work it out. That's going to be a very, very long process.